are as high, it might as well just pretend you're a DPS.
Yeah, and orbital is cool. So that's what I'm saying. If it's used like when the ads come out, that's great area damage. So that'd be a great method to clear ads when they first pop out.
True.
Yeah.
Also, we need to like see who uses it because they made an update a while ago. We can't all drop orbital because if we all drop our orbital, only one of them is gonna count.
All right, well then alternate orbitals. It's
Yep.
like that's okay, Electric, no problem. So I tell you what, let's let LC be the first one. Not LC, but well, who's got orbitals? Let's start there.
I don't normally have it on my loadout, but I moved it over temporarily.
Okay, so we'll start with Shadow. When the okay, and LC have it. So LC and Shadow. So we'll have Shadow pop his first, and then LC will follow. He will wait for a second, wait for his to be gone, and then pop it again. And if that's the only two people we have with it, then we'll just go with that.
I'll pop mine after theirs if need be.
Okay, cool. So we have 3. That would be great. That works great for a Hulk because if you drop, stuff on him, it just makes him angrier, which just makes him stronger.
Yep. Hi everybody, it's the DrkBLADExx of Dark Enforcers, aka Black Hawk Division Leader for DCUO. What's good? Today's video we're doing the feat known as Everlasting. It takes place in Blackest Night. I've only tried this feat a couple times. Most time it's just like, let's not plan anything, let's run in there and see what happens. Those never go right. This was like the first time we actually planned to do stuff, and it worked out actually perfect. Thank God, actually, right? Anyway, so I'm going to show you guys a very, very easy way of getting this feat. Of course, the higher level you are, the higher your survivability will be, because of how the mechanics of the room work. That's really all you're worried about. You're just worried about the mechanics of the room. Now, I'm also going to be talking from the perspective of someone who's low level. Now, there's a reason at the beginning of this video you didn't hear my voice over. They were talking about orbital strikes. That's going to become very key and important in this strategy. So remember what they said, okay? This is going to become very key and important in this strategy. But let's get to that first. Okay, so how do you get this feat, right? As I said earlier, you must defeat Necron and Black Hand without your group getting knocked out. It sounds like a one attempt thing. It is not. It is not. Okay, keep that in mind. There's the key. It's not a one attempt thing, which makes it a hell of a lot easier to do. And you can actually just stay here until you accomplish it. So I just want to put that out there. Okay, just so you guys know. Alright, now let's get to the actual basic information about this raid. To beat this raid, you need to know the mechanics of the room. Okay, so the first thing that happens is when you come in here, there's Necron and there's Black Hand. You're going to want the group to stay to the back of the room, like where you come in at. Just have the groups chill there and not do, well, a damn thing, pretty much. Have your tank go over to the right side of the room and tank the bosses, and just let him be there by himself, away from the group. But not so far away that he can't get heals or get power back. Now, like I said, the group's not going to attack them at all. It's just a tank attacking them. That's all you're going to do. However, healers and trolls will eventually have to attack just to regen power and so they can get energy to give out heals and etc. You know? So that's all you're doing. DPSs don't do a thing. Do not do a thing. What the DPSs are actually going to do is, out of those DPSs, they're going to choose runners. I suggest 2 runners. Those runners are going to stand on the teleport pad for when the white mist canister comes in, and you're going to transport that canister towards the Black Lantern battery. Okay, now why that's also happening, one person will randomly be teleported inside the Black Lantern battery. Now this could be anybody. This could be the runner itself, this could be the tank, the healer, troll, DPSs, anybody. This could be anybody, so be aware of that. Okay, so when you first get in there, you only have a couple seconds to put the mist where it has to go. So when you first get in there, locate the black swirl. That swirl is on one side of the room. On the opposite side of the room is where the white mist canister is going to appear at, okay? Now, when you see that black mist swirl, you're going to see a white light on the wall. On the opposite side of that room will be another white light. That's where the white canister is going to appear at. So that's the back of the room. You want to get there and wait for it to pop up, and when it does, pick it up as fast as you can and teleport it, or will transfer it to the black swirl. You only have a couple of seconds, so keep that in mind, okay? And I suggest having 2 runners that are actually, you know, going to be walking the canister towards the Black Lantern battery. Because if one of the runners gets teleported inside to the battery, then you're going to need the second runner to actually walk the canister over there. Now, you got to make sure that you walk the canister over there, or it's going to be this, someone's just teleported in there for no reason, which wastes a lot of time. Okay, so that's the beginning mechanics of this raid. Alright. Now, the second part of the raid takes place once you actually get all the white canisters into the battery. Once that happens, the black light starts turning into white light and shining down into the room. It weakens Black Hand and it weakens Necron so that you can actually damage them. Once that happens, this is very important, okay? Mechanics of the room start to happen, such as black sparks start to float around the room. Like one at a time, of course, thank God. Sometimes it has a red skull above his head, sometimes it doesn't. We've noticed that the only thing that you see sometimes is just red text floating around saying corrupted black mist or something like that. Or corrupted black energy. Sometimes that's all you see. So when you see that, you need to run away from it because it's tracking you. It tracks you for a second. If it can't hit you, then it goes to the next person and tracks that person. And it switches off about 3 or 4 times before it dissipates. So don't let it touch you because it does a lot of damage. And it also does AoE damage when it touches you. However, if it does touch you, and that's a if, do not break out of the stun it gives you. Just let it wear off. That's because when you break out, it's an instant AoE damage. It damages you again and damages everybody around you. What you want to do is just weather the storm. Just weather the storm. Don't break out of it. Now, I know I'm saying don't break out, but it's hardwired into people's heads to, well, break out of stun effects. So don't expect too much out of people when that happens. Please have patience with them. It's hardwired into you. Especially if you're a tank. It's wired into you. However, what I can say what I can say of you as some easy advice. If you're a tank, use your breakout. Because your breakout will, once everyone's away from you, of course, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Once everyone's away from you, just use your breakout power. Not your breakout ability. Don't hit block. Use one of your breakout moves. That will actually shield you from any damage. Yes, it works. It will shield you from any damage. Just like when you're doing, what's it called? Paradox Wave, and one of the bosses drops that blue ball on top of you. If you time it right, just before the ball explodes, killing you, if you use your breakout, you take 0 damage. Yep, tanks can do that. Alright, so back onto the topic. That's one of the mechanics in the room. Okay, so you want to use your breakout when no one's around you if you're a tank. That is, if you are the tank. And you'll take 0 damage from the AoE that shoots out around you. But it's going to shoot out around, so make sure no one's there. One of the other mechanics is there's going to be this ball of black energy that shoots like a leash onto somebody. When that leash hits you, you need to be on the lookout for that leash, and you need to run away from the ball. If the ball that has the leash reaches you, you die, pretty much. It does a lot of damage the closer it gets to you, so you need to make sure that you're always far away from it at all times. And that leash can happen to anybody, even the tank. So the tank needs to watch out for that too. Now, another thing that can happen is, occasionally you'll see these black dots on the ground. Those black dots will turn into large black pools on the ground that do a lot of damage. Do not stand in them. And you only have a couple of seconds, depending on your CR, to roll out of it. Okay, so don't try to... I don't know how to explain this really. Like, when that pool's under you, you need to do whatever you can to break out of your animations. Whether it's jump canceling. Now, jump canceling is just hitting the jump button. whether you need to tap block a couple times to break out of it, your animation, so that you can move out the way, or whether you need to cast another power to do that. That's usually how you cancel your animations. Do whatever you have to do to get out of that circle as fast as possible, because that circle will kill you. Alright, even at these CRs, that circle will kill you. So at a lower CR, you really have even a smaller amount of time to get out of those circles, alright? So I kind of suggest doing this at a slightly higher CR, maybe 150 instead of 140, alright? So I really suggest being a little bit higher just to survive the pulls on the ground. But those are the mechanics of the room. If you can survive those and then survive the ads that pop up when Black Hand dies, I think about what I saw was, I want to say 5 to 7, I think it was 5 though. 5 ads showed up. And those ads, yes, there's ads in the room, they do damage, but compared to Black Hand and Necron, I'll gladly take their damage over the Necron and Black Hand. Alright. So if you can survive those ads and then survive Necron, you will get this feat. So now let me tell you the method. Now that you guys know the mechanics of this room. Okay, when you first go into this room and you have to do, turn the battery to a White Lantern battery, this is what you're going to do. You're going to just play it out normal. Everyone stays to the back of the room, and the tank takes them to the side, to the right side, while one healer, or 2 healers, whatever you guys want to do, tries to get not close to him, but close enough to target him. As long as you're close enough to target him, you can give him heals. You don't have to be that close to him. And you don't need to use your best heals. A single target heal will work good here. Your single target heal does more healing than you think, and is spammable. Alright, so, like I said, the only person that should be attacking the bosses should be the tank. Of course, occasionally, the healer and the trolls attack too to get back power so that they can give power to the group and give healing to the tank. But that's about it. You're going to have your runners run the canisters to the battery, then the person that gets teleported inside puts it in place. Alright? And you're just going to play that out normally. Now this is the real method. This comes the second part, when the battery turns to a White Lantern battery. This is the crucial part. Alright? The tank now needs to be on his game, okay? You're going to tank pretty much the boss and Black Hand in the same spot, pretty much. Actually, if you want to, you can kind of move to the top center if it's easier. It might be easier that way to now take him to the top center of the actual dome now, actually. Anyway, at that point, what you're going to do now is you're going to try to aggro Black Hand as much as possible. Don't worry about Necron. As long as you're using tank powers, which any power in your loadout bar, even your breakouts, it does enough aggro to keep him there, so you don't have to worry about him. You need to worry about Black Hand. You want to make sure that he's on you 24/7. If you have to, use a taunt on him, okay? Or your single pull. I was good enough with a single pull, but since I'm this CR, my dominance is high enough to really give me advantage. At low levels, you might want to consider using a taunt. Taunts are OP. So keep your taunt on Black Hand and only worry about him, because Necron's going to stick to you like glue anyway. You don't have to worry about him. Worry about Black Hand. Now what the team is going to do is, the team is going to forget Necron completely. They're going to take out Black Hand. That's right. Take out Black Hand. Now, once Black Hand dies, ads are going to come up into the room. At that point, the tank is going to pull all the ads together, and people in order, not at the same time, are going to start using their orbital drops on the ads just to wipe them out with the quickness. Alright? Now, remember, just like earlier in the video, you can't lose your orbital drops all at the same time, or only the first drop will count. So after one orbital drop is done, wait like 1 or 2 seconds, drop another one. After that one's done, you don't see the animation anymore, wait 1 or 2 whole seconds, drop the next one. Alright? And then so on and so forth until the ads are gone. Once those ads are gone, you're done. At that point, all you need to do now is just watch out for the spark that's floating around trying to chase people, the ball that's trying to put leashes on people, and the black portals on the ground. Like I said earlier, you must have a lot of patience when trying to go for this feat. Because depending on CRs, you just don't have the defense to live near those portals. Alright, so it takes a lot of observation. You might want to zoom out your camera some. Also, I should have said this earlier, you might want to get rid of any black auras you have on you, because you want to be able to see the black one is on you to make sure that you don't break out of stuff. Alright, so get rid of any dark auras, mostly the black ones. That's all you really have to worry about. So get rid of those black auras, and it will help you out a lot here, especially so you can see the black dot under you when that big large pool shows up, so you can get out the way. Because it locks right under you. You might not see it with the aura on you.
Don't say that.
Alright, now like I said, all you gotta do now is watch out for the spark, watch out for the portals. Alright? Make sure that you are tanking Black Hand, like right there. He just hit me. He's only attacking me, which is good, so the group's there, but he's attacking me. And the group's actually away. It's just the lanterns themselves, the actual legends that are attacking right now. Him directly. You don't want to be close to Black Hand at all. Let the tank keep doing aggro so that he takes all the hits. Once Black Hand is down, then you have to worry about a few more mechanics that come in too, but they're the ones I talked about earlier though, so you should be pretty good. Alright, as you can see, Black Hand's health is back up. It's not going to stick until the white battery has formed. So what you're going to actually do is take his health down, but don't kill him. Take him so far down that you don't really have to worry about him. Okay? So you're going to just bring his health down. Then as soon as the battery is formed, take him down the rest of the way. So you want to have him at like maybe only 25% of his life left. Maybe less than that, depending on your group. If you guys think you can hold off trying to actually kill him, then that's a good way to go. Bring his health down as close to death as you possibly can. As soon as that battery forms up, you'll see the lanterns get up, and you'll see white light shine into the room. At that point, you want to concentrate all your damage on Black Hand. Take him out. And there it goes. The white light's now in the room. Take out Black Hand. Now, after you do that, the other mechanics in the room turn on. Now, another thing that turns on is, in a couple of seconds, black lanterns are going to form in the room. You want to have your tank look around for those black lanterns, okay? Because they might form on the other side of the room, they might form right next to you. Usually it's on the other side of the room, so I'm looking around for lanterns. That's why I'm panning my camera like that. But also making sure that I aggro the boss. But right over there, you can see the lanterns pouring into the room right now. So I'm going to rush over there, and I'm going to use my area pull on them. There we go, I got them. It's just 4 ads right now. Sometimes it's 4 or 5, it could be 6, depends. But usually I see about 4. So right now we're going to have our orbital strikes come out. This is where it comes into place. You're going to call out your orbital strikes in order. So the person who's supposed to do an orbital strike, they drop theirs. 2 seconds later, the second orbital strike drops. Then after that, animation's over. You wait another 2 seconds, and then the third orbital strike drops. Once that's over, you still have people who haven't used their orbital strike yet, so keep that in mind. You want to save your orbital strikes, alright? Now you just have to worry about the boss and the portals. So worry about the black portals on the ground, the energy mist floating around, and the black ball that puts a leash on you. Occasionally, especially if your burn's kind of low, more ads are going to pop into the room, so let the tank prepare for that. Make sure your tank is looking out for ads constantly. So we got ads in the room. I'm going to pull them towards me. And since I was next in line with the orbital strike, I'm going to drop my orbital strike on top of them right now. Alright. Now, the next person that was in line to do their strike, they dropped their orbital strike on the ads, and now the ads are gone. Now we're just back to the boss again. Remember to keep looking out for the black portals on the ground, look out for the sparks, and look out for the ball with the leash. When it comes to those black portals on the ground, only if shoe come out. So if you see about 6 or 8 of them, no more come out, you can kind of spread yourself around. Also, when it comes to getting the feat and living, if anybody dies, wipe. But the key to this is this. It's not about living through it without dying. It's about living all the way on an attempt. So, no matter how many times you have to walk back into that dome, on that attempt, you must live all the way through. So, if anybody dies, just wipe and walk back into the dome and try again. You don't have to reset the entire raid. I hope this helps you guys out. Thanks for watching.